So this week we're checking out the new DJI Mavic 3 Pro CINE. First of all, we have our wide angle camera, which is a 24mm equivalent 4/3 size sensor. And then we also have our 7X, which is a 166mm equivalent on a half-inch sensor. But 166, that's a lot of zoom. And sometimes it could be a little bit tricky to use because it was so tight. But this is what I'm most excited about. 3X, 70mm equivalent on a 1/1.3 inch sensor. And also huge shout out to Lick for sponsoring today's episode. We'll be using them for the music in this video, and also because of them we're going to Coachella, baby.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He waves been faking me out.
The drone is actually going pretty quickly here, and we got the 3X. I'm in sport mode right now. Dangerous thing about that is there's no sensors when you're in sport mode, but this is cool. 3X zoom. So I'm quite a bit out here now. So I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna go to the 7X lens right here.
Dang, you're really far.
Normal mode right now, so I do have all the sensors on right now. I'm keeping up at around 20 miles per hour. It is a little bit trickier to have spatial awareness when you're in a tighter lens. You're essentially looking down like a tube, you know? So here's a shot I'm getting at the 1X lens right here. And while recording, I could do a digital zoom up to 3X, but this is not gonna look as good because it's a digital zoom. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut, and then I'm gonna hop over to the actual 3X lens. I wish it could continue recording on the same clip, but there are some spec differences that are capable with different lenses, so I guess that's probably why we have to cut it once before it can switch modes. So at this point, I could digital zoom over to 7X right here, but you can see the quality's not as good, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut again. And here we are with the 7X lens. The van should be passing in front. Yeah, look at that. Oh, the autofocus kind of kicked in there, overcorrected slightly, but pretty sweet. It's like way better than what we were getting. Look, we're in a dust storm right now, and actually we can barely see out the window. So let's see if we can sport mode fly through this thing. I'm gonna lead us through this. So I'm gonna turn around. Definitely have to clean off the lens after that. But look at that. I'm on the 3X lens now. Look at that parallax. I love it. Hey, nice Jeep, sir. Addison's our stunt driver today. That sandstorm was crazy though, huh? Wow. And it is pretty windy.
What is this?
The real racer.
Wow.
The sensor looks nice.
Wow, so they really just ripped off the iPhone then.
No way, it shoots ProRes?
Yeah, it's got a 1 terabyte internal SSD, which is probably one of the things that drives up the price on these things, but you're getting straight ProRes 422HQ on here.
And it shoots 24, thank God.
This time all the lenses shoot 24. Getting some good wind tests too. I'll be the driver.
No way. Bro, this is cheating good. This is insane. Look at this, I'm doing this all by myself. Yeah, look at this. No, I mean, straight bangers. I can't pan fast enough though. Do you get insurance?
Of course.
Yes.
You liking the 3X lens?
I like
7X.
Wow, it climbs fast.
You want to drag race me? Oh God! Oh God! Wow, this thing's incredible, dude.
This is so unfair.
this takes away our job security.
I will say,
If it's too easy for other people to drone, then it's not good for us. It's a negative thing.
So far I'm a huge fan of the quality I'm able to get out of having multiple lenses, but it is worth noting that each camera does have different capabilities. So let's start with the wide angle camera on the 4/3 sensor, and this is definitely the most capable. First of all, we got 5.1K up to 50 frames per second, and notice all the color options. We have normal, HLG, D-Log, and D-Log M. So D-Log is the flattest, D-Log M is slightly less flat, a little easier to grade, and also the wide angle is the only one that gives me a variable aperture, so I could go from f2.8 to f11 and anywhere in between, which is nice. It gives me that extra added control over my exposure or depth of field. So now let's go over and hop over to the 3X lens. Notice we no longer get D-Log. We do still get D-Log M, so that is still a pretty good form of log, but that does make it a little bit trickier because now you might be shooting in D-Log in the 1X, and then when you go into the 3X, it's a different log, so you have to be able to grade those separately because they are quite different. And finally, we have the 7X lens, which may be the most epic, but it does have the most limitations. The color, you're kind of stuck on normal, so you don't get even HLG or D-Log M. I would love to at least have D-Log M, that way I could have all my lenses be one color. Oh look, there's somebody out there. Look, and I still have a digital zoom on that person. Wait, is that who I think it is?
No.
Oh, hey guys. Sam, where have you been?
dude, I lost my AirPods. I've been searching for like, what year is it?
2023?
been a while.
Your AirPods are in my van. I think you left them. I meant to text you, but yeah, well, I have them now. So you found them, yay!
Well, that's good. Do you guys have some water or maybe a mimosa?
No, but we do have a extra Coachella wristband. You wanna come?
Yeah, let's go.
Sorry now. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Dude, why are you using Justin Bieber? Music is copyrighted and stuff.
No, it's cool, because I'm using Lick to license music for this video. So,
Wait, who did you lick?
What? No, I could even get an instrumental version of this song. We have over 1 million mainstream music tracks that we can choose from.
All without risking copyright claims, and you still get to monetize your video?
Yeah, and then now let's thumbs up to the camera. All right, let's go see
Now
some of
lick
these artists.
me. Okay.
Hey, you checked out Lick's website for the first time. What'd you think?
That was pretty cool. I was surprised with the artists they had. They had some pretty big names like Bruno Mars. My jam.
When it comes to music like this, there's nobody else that's making it possible.
They're licking up the competition.
But like popular bands like the Gorillaz. Remember when we used to not know what the Gorillaz looked like?
They're not the cartoons? You know how much I love cartoons. I have a SpongeBob tattoo right here, so when they were like
Wait, you got a SpongeBob tattoo on
I
there?
got a SpongeBob tattoo,
Oh my gosh.
and it's just gonna get stupider. Cardi B is dope to have in a video, but what if it's for a client and I need some background music?
Well, good news is that there's over 100,000 high-quality stock options to choose from as well. Why are you laughing? Are you laughing because we're at Coachella and trying to film a sponsorship segment? It's kind
There's just so many people like walking around. I think we're weird.
Just watching us. And we're being
It's
the
just funny.
influencers in the wild.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna go ahead and voice over the rest of this. All right. And of course, we can't leave without seeing Blink 182. So if you want your videos to feel like your favorite music festival, hit that link down there in the description to get 50% off your first mainstream track and 14 days of free stock music. Did I mention Skrillex Play 2? It was just insane just seeing 125,000 people just gathered. It was just a sea of people. Having music options like this can get you really inspired, ultimately creating better content and growing your channel. So thanks again to Lick for sponsoring this episode. Now let's go ahead and take it back to the unboxing. Wow. Mavic 3
look at that
Pro
camera.
Cine. Don't get it mixed up with the 3 Cine, because that's old news. Let's see. A new bag.
Yeah, it's a nice bag.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's magnetic too. You should see a fashion model. Jeez.
These look like your standard propeller.
Same exact batteries as
Nice.
the 3
So-
Cine. 3 battery bay charger.
Does that come with that? This is the
This must be the Fly More. Yeah,
Fly More
must
combo,
be.
right?
HDMI out. The same RC Pro.
Ooh, look at that.
That is a big camera.
Oh, damn, that's huge.
It's huge. Oh, the Hasselblad.
Oh, maybe they're calling it the 3 because it's like maybe the same aircraft.
Whoa, look at that camera.
82 decibels, is that the sound it makes? First impressions, seems like a familiar drone, but with a much better camera.
Photo, video, quick shots, this all looks the same.
5.1K.
5.1
At how many frame rate?
up to 50.
Sensors on all sides, so I shouldn't be able to crash into us.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey, look, it
whoa,
stopped. Yeah.
whoa.
Can we snatch it out of the air?
Oh,
Yeah,
it works.
Hey, it works.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
right?
recommend that.
That's not recommended according to
that
DJI.
felt dangerous.
But it did actually have some pull. Like when I tilted it, it's like,
Yeah,
ugh.
yeah.
You know what's cool about this is like it looks more like a helicopter shot with a shot over or
It
something.
does.
Just
Yeah.
because it's like a telelens. For sound, it makes a big difference. Having it on the 7X and being all the way out there.
Yeah, you can't even hear it. Super slick.
Top speed, baby.
I think it's
46,
moving,
we're at
Josh.
46. Can we hit 50? For a second, we hit 47. With a little tailwind, we could probably hit
Yeah,
50.
we can get a little extra.
It's funny because it doesn't look as fast when you're moving forward like that on the 3X lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you pop out to the wide angle lens, it probably looks pretty quick.
Does this turn off all the sensors?
On sport, yeah. Seems like we're consistently hitting 45 at least. But it is always fun having this lens though. Everything looks so much cooler when you
That's
get
what I love about the gimbal FPV stuff.
Yeah, it almost looked like you're not even flying a drone.
Don't mind me, I'm just over here trying to see if I can crash this drone into one of the walls so I could get a nice fat fine from Airbnb. But so far, I mean, it's got sensors in every direction, so it's not too terribly loud, right?
No, it's not that bad. It's better than your FPV drones.
The sensors definitely work pretty good on it. So these sensors can be great because they help you not crash, but they also can be a little bit limiting if you're trying to fly through tight spaces. Even if I move the stick around, it just knows that it's surrounded by stuff. So it's not really letting me move around too much. And by default, the sensors are on normal and cinema mode, but if I go into sport mode, it should turn off. Of course, I could hop into like cinema mode and then go in and turn off obstacle avoidance. So now I still have the control over like cinema mode but the sensors are not gonna stop if I go towards something. So if I crash, it's 100% my fault at this point. Let's see what kind of prop wash we're dealing with here. Uh-oh, oh yeah.
Oh my
So
God,
definitely a
there
little
goes
bit
the
of prop
chips, there
wash.
goes my hat.
Oops. But look how smooth this is though. It's like a slider or a gimbal. Well, technically it is a gimbal actually. It's just a flying gimbal. Another thing that's pretty cool is that the yaw speed, or basically how fast it turns like this, changes depending on what lens you're on. So if I go onto the 3X, now it turns a little bit slower. If I go into the 7X lens, now it's turning even slower, but that's actually really useful because when you're zoomed way in, even just a slow move like this can look fast on the shot. But the speed of the yaw can be all adjusted right here under gain and expo tuning. And then this is what you want, max angular velocity. So you can crank that way up if you want to, but you whip the camera around on the 7X lens, it's pretty quick. If you do a lot of flying with these obstacle sensors turned off, like I tend to do, it might be worth looking into DJI Care. It's like one of those warranties that are kind of worth it if you maybe destroy it. I'll go ahead and throw some info out for DJI Care, and basically you could buy it for 1 or 2 years. You could swap it out and pay a much lower fee than the cost of an actual replacement. So if you destroy one, it kind of pays for itself. Typically, I'm not much of a warranty guy, but I mean, you know, drone crashes can happen, especially if you're an idiot flying around in Airbnbs without the sensors on. All right, so now let's go ahead and try out some of this active track here. It doesn't work in all settings, but I have it in 4K 24, and I have it outside of ProRes, which will allow me to just drag it. And let's see, here I am. All right, so if I go ahead and select Sam here, we have a spotlight. So that means I should just be able to fly around, and I'm still in normal mode. So I do have sensors, which is useful in case I accidentally go sideways into a tree or something. This should hopefully stop me before that happens. Of course, you're always gonna wanna try to keep eyes on the drone because it's never 100%. All right, so it looks like I have a decent amount of control over how the spotlight is composed. So right now I have him tucked over on the bottom left. Let's try active track here where it should just trace. So let's see how this thing flies itself. Gonna work its way around the trees. Nice, okay. It is definitely like getting close to objects, but it's definitely sensing it. How you feeling, Sam?
Not thirsty anymore.
Let's see what it does if it goes under the canopy here. And it's staying under. And dodge the poles. I believe I can go ahead and change the position. So what if we want to go 3/4 in the front? So now it should hold that front position here. Having the sensors in every direction is definitely good. All right, Sam, your goal is to crash this drone now.
Okay.
Weaving through this right here, but it's making it work. Most of DJI's drones don't have sensors on the side, so it's definitely way more stressful to do this sideways active track. Let's see if Sam can lose it.
I may need to get on foot.
Oh, hello. Watch out. It popped you out of active track.
Ha, I lost it.
It's getting really close to all these trees and obstacles there, but it obviously saw all of that. Okay, let's see if I can get this to go on the other side of this tree. Yep, dodge the tree, nice. I do want to try out the slow-mo mode, but it does crop in a little bit, but it gives us access to 4K 120. And there is also HD 200 frames per second, but that does crop in even more. And that 200 frames per second option is not available in ProRes, but the 4K 120 is available in all codecs. But it looks like in the slow-mo mode, there is no option to switch between the different lenses, so you are stuck at that wide angle. So now we're trying active track on the 3X. Let me see if I could get it more towards the front, so 3/4. Oh, dang, it actually flew really close to him. Let's see if it recovers. Oh, hey, it did. For a second, it looked like it was about to lose him, but it got him back. I mean, it's definitely much more challenging to track things in a tighter lens.
Riding the one wheel.
Now I'm kind of curious, can we even do this with the 7X lens? Here, let's try that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight him, and it looks like active track doesn't want to work when I'm using the 7X, but I can do point of interest. So let's wrap it around to the left here. Have you seen the 7X lens? Check this out.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, let me see if I could go fast to the right. Let's see what that does. Ooh, oh, lost him there. All right, let's go a little bit faster. Okay, so it's not hard to lose. I'm on like an extreme close-up of you right now. Oh, let's check out this autofocus here. So, autofocus on me, to the background, back to me, FTO. From our Airbnb, the festival is a mile and a half away. So I want to try out explore mode here. So usually you have to cut the clip every time you want to switch between the lenses. Here I can go ahead and start off on the wide and do a digital zoom in. And at 3x, we see that it automatically switches lenses for us. A little bit jumpy when it switches, but I didn't have to cut it. And again, at 7, everything past this is a digital zoom on the 7x lens. But check it out, at 28x, the digital zoom does not make it look beautiful, but I mean, the reach on this thing is pretty awesome. I mean, the drone is directly above us right now. We're just down here hanging out. The downside of explore mode is that it is pretty limited. I mean, you have 4K at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 30. And also, if I try to manually adjust my exposure, it says it only supports auto mode. And when it comes to the codecs, I do have access to H.265, but I'm not seeing the option for ProRes. But honestly, I wouldn't even use ProRes here. I feel like ProRes could be worth it if you're shooting the flattest color profile in D-Log, but even D-Log M handles pretty good in H.265. So on the 7X lens, where there is no log options, I'm just gonna keep that at H.265 and only really put it to ProRes when I'm on D-Log on the wide angle. And what's nice is that each of these lenses have their own settings independently saved. So if I have the 1X lens on ProRes and the 7X on H.265, it'll switch the codecs automatically every time I switch between the lenses. Ooh, look at all these birds. Whoa, look at that. That was cool. Video transmission, we have O3 plus, so up to 15 kilometers of video feed, which is freaking great, but that is of course in a perfect environment. But generally speaking, during my time with it, I had 0 issues with range. Like, my video quality has been very clear all the way through. Max flight time is 43 minutes or 37 minutes at a hover, but real world time, I generally get about 30 minutes before the controller starts beeping at me and going, hey, maybe get ready to land soon. I could definitely milk a little bit more time out of the batteries, but with the combo, I got 3 batteries, so you know, that's like 90 minutes of flight time. We also got a set of ND filters that go up to ND64, which is a 6-stop ND, but I wouldn't mind a ND128 or a 7-stop ND, but they just rotate on like all the other Mavics do, so I'm sure there's gonna be some aftermarket ND filters available. Look how epic this looks though. You know, 3X. This is where it's at. And I love this 7X, and it's amazing how stable this 7X lens is. I mean, it's windy right now. The drone's like kind of doing this whole thing, but it looks nice and smooth. I just really wish the 7X lens had some sort of log, you know, even if it was D-Log M. Right now, I have D-Log on the wide angle, D-Log M in the 3X, and then no color profiles on the 7X. So it's like handling like 3 different files.
Should we use this to film our wedding?
Yeah, actually. And there's waypoints basically where you can go and pre-program your route. So before our wedding, I might have to go in and just like pre-program all the camera moves and then just have it run its laps. All right, let's get some 3X action right here. This looks so good. You know, the whole point of this Mavic is how fairly easy it is to do these shots. Like here, take this, highlight us on the screen. Yep, just tap and hold us. Yep, you selected us. Now wait for the box to appear. Cool, so now you're on spotlight. So now you just use this to kind of scoot the drone around, and you have sensors in every direction, so you're unlikely to hit anything. Look at this shot. This is Carrie flying here. Look how epic this looks. Oh my gosh.
I'm a pro. Don't act like I'm not a professional.
She does actually have her Part 107. See, this is the 3X lens. You know, that is why I'm stoked on this drone. You know, and this is the Mavic 3 Pro CINE, which has the ProRes one, but it is quite a bit more expensive than the other ones. Like, it's $4,800, I think, for the whole combo kit. But then there's the Mavic 3 Pro, which is also new, and that also has 3 cameras. It just doesn't have the ProRes and the 1 terabyte internal. But honestly, if I had that, I would just go D-Log M and H.265 everything, and I'd be pretty happy. There's definitely a big price hike when it's the CINE.
I think this is the first drone that I'm like, whoa, this is really cool.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
And when you start losing the light, there is this night mode here, which gives you more denoising, I believe, and higher ISO. So now it starts at ISO 800 and goes up to 12,800. Wow, that's actually really bright. So let's see what 1600 looks like. And we do lose zooming capability, so you are stuck on that wide angle lens. But yeah, not bad for 1600. Let's try going up a little bit higher just to test it out. So ISO 3200, and how's the image looking here? Let's try 64. I'm even gonna close down the aperture a little bit to simulate some real darkness here, because we do actually still have a little bit of light out here. It's pretty good, even ISO 6400, baby. We've come this far, we gotta try 12,800. And I'm gonna even close down my aperture further. Yeah, this is like A7S3 level low light here. 12,800 is very low light, so I'm not expecting this to look amazing, but I mean, the fact that we can actually see ourselves with some clarity. I mean, I had to close down the aperture to f5.6 for this even. So anyways, I think we should go ahead and land this now, and we'll end this video here. Feel free to click on stuff if you want, and thanks for watching.